Disney Plus has given us our first look at the Book of Boba Fett. Game-making superstar Amy Hennig has announced she's making a Marvel game. And what are Microsoft and Sega up to? All that and the latest and everything cool today in The Rundown. Hey, welcome to The Rundown. My name is Victor Lucas. I'm so happy that you have joined me in the electric playground, and holy crap, it's November already. All right, today's episode is brought to you by the Gaming Stadium. They are Canada's leader in online esports tournament facilitation. They've got tournaments happening every single weekend that you don't want to miss out on, and you can find out all about them at tgs.gg. Today's episode is dedicated to Crichton09, who said, I've beaten this game for GameCube and Wii. I've had both quests since launch. This is the first quest game that feels like a killer app. My older brother and a friend just bought a Quest because of playing this at my house. Not a perfect game, of course, but so much fun. And Crichton09 went on to espouse all kinds of great things about Resident Evil 4 in VR, which I also loved. Check out my review. It is so much fun. But you know what else is fun? That new trailer for the Book of Boba Fett. Disney Plus dropped the new trailer for the Book of Boba Fett today, and boy, the internet is blowing up. I saw in my Twitter feed everybody was posting retweets to it and talking about it. This is a very, very big project for Disney Plus and for Lucasfilm and for Star Wars fans all over the place. This is a show that I think anybody that was just blown away by Boba Fett's reveal in The Empire Strikes Back has been dreaming about for more than 40 years. Incredible. And I'm one of those people. I loved how Boba Fett was introduced into Season 2 of The Mandalorian. It's amazing to see Temuera Morrison return and be this character. But I have to give a special hat tip and a shout out to Ming-Na Wen, who is killer in every single thing that she is in. She was great in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Every time I see her pop up on screen, I just love that she's there. And it's going to be great to see her character develop and evolve on the Book of Boba Fett. I love seeing her in The Bad Batch as well, or her character in The Bad Batch. This looks like a ton of fun. We see Boba Fett on the throne of Jabba the Hutt and promising to be a more gracious leader, but it looks like a lot of conflict is going to arise, and we're going to see some epic new battles with, new elements and new parts of the Star Wars lore. And that's the great thing that has happened with Dave Filoni's kind of evolution with the Star Wars universe. He's really given his creators the opportunity to craft brand new imaginings of things that are somewhat familiar to us, but take us on brand new cool tangents. And that's exactly what Robert Rodriguez, who is the showrunner of the Book of Boba Fett, and it's another huge reason why I'm so excited about the show. It looks like he's about to do. We've got like energy shields and different kinds of races that we don't normally see in the Star Wars universe. We do see a hammerhead type guy, which is awesome. Really, really looking forward to the show. Comes out in December, and there is a Disney Plus Day that's coming up pretty soon, I think November 12th, so we'll probably find out a little bit more. This felt very teaser-esque. Didn't feel like the full reveal trailer of what is going to happen. I loved the tagline of this trailer, speak freely. All right, something else that's very exciting for me, and I'm sure for many of you out there, is Amy Hennig is going to be making a Marvel game. Skydance Media and Marvel Games announced that they are entering into a partnership, and Amy Hennig is leading a crack team of creators to devise a brand new Marvel action-adventure title. They've been working for a number of years on this project, but we have been in the dark, and I've interviewed Amy since that time, and she hasn't let on about what she's got cooking. But we all knew that, one of the co-creators of the Uncharted franchise, somebody that's really liked to play in the sandbox of narrative-driven action-adventure games, was going to do something like that again. And I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon that it's going to be a Marvel property. I would love for her to do Captain America. I've been thinking about what would be amazing to see, and I just think that Cap is perfect material for her. He's absolutely a character about action and adventure, a character that has traveled through time, that has punched Nazis in the face. There's a bit of that 1940s romantic glow about the character as well, particularly if you look at Johnston's amazing First Avenger movie as reference. But then there's a lot of growth and a huge arc with the character. There's a rebellious streak about him and somebody that really has his own sense of value and virtue. It would be amazing to see Amy Hennig tackle couple that as story building and sort of character development. It'd be incredible. But I posted a poll on Twitter this morning, and I wanted to get some ideas of what people would like to see. Black Panther's in there at 10%, Daredevil's in there at 42.8%, so I think a lot of people would like to see a Daredevil Amy Hennig game. I would too. Captain America's sitting at 19.6%, pretty high, and Fantastic Four is at 27.6%. That's currently, the poll is still running, so we'll see how much that changes. I've got some other ideas. Rob Stevens says, I think Black Panther may lend itself more to the types of storytelling and environments created for her previous work. That said, I'm excited for it, whatever it might be. Stephen Hines says Moon Knight, just because it could be like the Arkham games, and I think it could be unexpected. Sean Allen says, I'm hoping for Daredevil because I think there is room for some very cool mechanics and villains to show up, but I also wouldn't be shocked if it's Black Panther. When I think of Amy Hennig, I think of lush jungle environments thanks to Uncharted. Uncertain Sound says, I hope it's X-Men related. See there, I think that Insomniac is building towards an X-Men game. They've got Wolverine coming, and then I think the natural evolution for that is to build a whole, imagine an Insomniac X-Men game. Oh my God. Devin Houndstein says, wow, I guess I missed the memo on her not working on Star Wars anymore. Bummer. And Led Tasso says Nova. So this is going to be very interesting to see what develops here and when they're going to announce this. I know that Evan Narcisse has been working with Amy Hennig and Julian Beek and their team. I also know that Todd Stashwick, who was working with Amy on Uncharted and also on the Star Wars game that she was making with Visceral, is part of this new Skydance team working with Marvel. I can't wait. I love Amy. I'm so happy that she's working on a massive project like this. The body of work that she has given this industry is just incredible. She's a phenomenal game maker, and it's going to be exciting to see what she's working on, I guess, in the not too distant future. Maybe it's going to be something at the Game Awards or something like that. I think we're going to find out soon. All right, I think we're also going to find out in the not too distant future what Sega and Microsoft have been cooking up. Over the weekend, Microsoft and Sega revealed that they are working together on something really big. We've known for a while that Sega is working on some kind of massive game project, and it's going to require all kinds of incredible technology. Well, it looks like Microsoft is going to be a component of that technology that's going to be a part of that. Now, rumors of Sega and Microsoft working together and potentially a Microsoft Xbox acquisition of Sega have been floating around for a long time, and that's not what this is. What this really is something that Sega really profiled in a tweet from Sega official. They said Sega and Microsoft agree to consider a strategic alliance to create next-generation strategic titles for Sega and build next-generation development environments. So what I think they're really looking at is having the technology to build something massive, probably cloud-based. Maybe it's a persistent thing. Maybe it's one of these live service type of experiences around their properties, or potentially something brand new working in concert with Microsoft. What was more intriguing for me about this, though, was that Sarah Bond issued a Twitter statement about this deal. And Sarah Bond, for those that don't know, is a kind of a leader in the business development for the Xbox team. And she said, my love for Sega and their games date back to playing on my Dreamcast. It's been a delight to lead our partnership with Sega, and I'm thrilled to take it to the next level, creating novel gaming experiences using the power of Azure. Can't wait to share more in future. And I think it's very telling that we have an Xbox executive. This isn't just a technology deal. It's not in the background. They obviously wanted to punch this up. They wanted to get us speculating on what this might be. Yes, it looks like it's technology based, but maybe it's leading to something more. I would love for Xbox and Sega to work something out around Dreamcast, maybe in terms of backwards compatibility. This is something that I speculated about months ago when rumors of a new acquisition were starting to happen with Xbox. But it is exciting nonetheless. It does put Sega into a very compelling partnership, and maybe with some pretty robust financial footing to develop something incredible. We all know that Sega has this massive collection of classic titles that could be reimagined or brought back. And we also know that Xbox has a great history with game preservation, so that might be a part of it as well. Maybe they're talking about some kind of emulated storefront for all of Sega's library or something through cloud gaming. Who knows? But this is exciting. I would love to hear your speculation and your ideas about this Sega and Xbox news, and also about the Marvel and Skydance and Amy Hennig news. Let me know in the comments below. All right, and just a couple quick things to tell you about. Over the weekend, I spent a lot of time playing Riders Republic. I streamed some some on Twitch the other day and had a blast. It's a very white-knuckle racing experience. You really do feel a sense of speed in that game, particularly when you have the rocket wing on, which is my favorite of all of the different events that you get to compete in. It's an extreme sports model, like a hybrid of a bunch of different events, so you can go snowboarding or skiing or bike racing or trick off of your bikes. You can also get into a wing suit that isn't rocket propelled, but the standout for me definitely is the rocket wing. You feel like Iron Man as you're flying through the hoops and the rings and racing next to cliff walls and things like that. And one of the big things that you do in the game are these mass races where you can have like 64 different competitors racing against each other and banging into each other. And just like Sega and All-Stars Racing Transformed did not too long ago, you're actually mixing up some of these events in real time. So you're, in a rocket wing for a bit, you'll fly through a hoop, and then boom, you're riding around on a bicycle, and then you're on your snowboard. It's exhilarating. I found some of the music and some of the radio commentary a little bit repetitive, and I didn't find the controls for the bike or the skis quite as thrilling and freeing as I did for the wingsuit and especially the rocket wing. But I love streaming it, and I love just playing it on my own time. It really brought back some of those extreme racing vibes that I got from games like Wave Race 64 and the SSX franchise. So good job, Ubisoft. Expect my full thoughts on the game very soon. And the other game that I was playing a lot of this weekend on my Switch OLED is really a gift to the Switch OLED. It is Tetris Effect Connected, which has been around for a while. There's a VR version of Tetris Effect, which was out on the PlayStation 4, and it's on Oculus platforms as well. It's everywhere. The Connected version came out as one of the launch games with the Xbox Series consoles last year, and then it's been ported to PlayStation 5. But here it is on the Switch OLED, and I have to tell you, there's a direct correlation between playing Tetris Effect Connected portably on this beautiful, crisp screen, inundated with all of these gorgeous color flourishes and lots of great little effect details and the beautiful real-time music changes that happen as you move your puzzle pieces around. And thinking back to the rudimentary roots of Tetris on Game Boy, which was the first game that I had for my original Game Boy back in 1989, it's mind-blowing to me to think about how far we've come. I have to tell you, playing it on the OLED is as enveloping as it is playing it in VR. It's just insane. In my bed, chilling, relaxing with this beautiful, beautiful experience. It's a standout piece of software. You don't need to have the OLED to really get the most out of it. It looks great on a giant TV as well. I talked about Tetris Effect Connected when the Xbox Series X came out, and it was a beautiful fit with that device as well, but it was a little anticlimactic for the horsepower that the Xbox Series X delivers, because obviously the thing can just pump out state-of-the-art visuals. But on the Switch, it feels like a match made in heaven. It really does. There's a journey mode where you can kind of progress through different stages, and there'll be transformational effects that happen as you do well in the game, and the speed of the puzzle pieces will change and vary a little bit with the music, so it puts you in a trance. It's very hypnotic. Tetsuya Mizuguchi is the sort of mastermind behind bringing Tetris back like this, and he's always really espoused the idea of synesthesia, music affecting you visually, and that's what his games like Rez and Tetris Effect have really kind of done over the years. It's really transportive. You just get mesmerized by the core experience. It's a very chill experience until it isn't, until the pieces are coming flying down, and you can add some effects like slowing down time a little bit or popping pieces up into kind of a hold pattern, then you can pull them back out when you need them. But for the most part, you know what you're getting with this thing. It's just beautiful. There's also, which is pretty cool, cross-play when you jump onto online matches and stuff. But I think a lot of the community is started to calm on this game as well. I don't know how big of a seller it currently is, so if you're looking at this as like a full multiplayer escape, because there's a bunch of great multiplayer modes in here, you may be a little bit disappointed by the population that exists out there, but this is an eternal game. If you play locally with friends and family, you're going to be playing Tetris Effect Connected forever, no matter what platform you play it on. But it just so happens to be an incredible fit on the Nintendo Switch, and it's another gift for the Nintendo Switch OLED model, just like Metroid Dread is. Both of these games launched on the same day that the console did, and boy, they are just outstanding fits on this device. There's so many great gravity-based puzzlers out there, so you have to be really special to stand out, but this one really does. It's getting a 9 out of 10 from me. If you love Tetris, you're gonna love this experience, I promise. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for the rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with some fresh content for you. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button if you like the content. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Thank you, of course, to all of our EPN members. And thank you to all of our followers and subscribers on our twitch.tv/EPN channel. It's doing really well, and it's a blast to go and stream there. I stream all the time. We will see you soon, and until then, play forever.